Queen Anne. Queen Anne Victorian homes are typically 2 to 4 story and are the most elaborate of all the Victorians. Typical features include turrets and bay windows, ornate fretwork and carved detailing, steeply pitched roofs that sometimes use 2 garret levels, and are typically wood and or brick. Wooden versions commonly are painted in orthodox colors, and the result is almost a fantasy palace in opulent. And interiors can be just as fancy. Richardson Romanesque. Richardson Romanesque is a style developed by the British architect Sir Henry Richardson. The style combines early medieval Romanesque details with later designs. Elements include rusticated stone basements and first floors, false half timbering, Gothic style gables, etc. Folk Victorian. Folk Victorian style emulates 18th century North American farm uses, albeit usually asymmetrical and with Victorian trim. Italianate. Italianate style buildings are reminiscent of Italian Liberty villas, viewed originally in the northern part of Italy. Italianate roofs are low-pitched. The windows are typically tall and narrow. Roman-style pediments are common. It's also common to have a tiara or cupola. A cupola that's large enough and accessible for people to stand or sit in is a belvedere. A belvedere is a fancy word for a look-out room or look-out gazebo. Second Empire style buildings are styled after the bourgeois buildings of Paris, with their trademark mansard roofs. Mansard roofs are where each side has two slopes, a shallow upper one and a steep lower one. There may also be a tower. The tower can also have a belvedere or look-out room at the top. Windows tend to be curved at the top in traditional Parisian style, and bay windows are common. Industrial row use encountered primarily in Britain, Ireland, the northern US, and Canada. The industrial row use style is relatively austere and plain. It was a relatively inexpensive style for the working masses. Fusions were built as part of company teams, and most lower ranking factory workers and miners lived in what are termed one-up-one-downs, with only one room per floor. These plans show the typical layout of the ground level, and it was typical for several families to live in each one. Queenslander is the British Victorian style adapted for the hot, humid climate of Australia. Usually the house is raised 1 or 2 meters above the ground, and deep wraparound porches provide plenty of space to relax and entertain outside while keeping the interior nice and cool. Sometimes the house was raised so high up that another level of living and storage space could be placed at ground level.